Okay, mostly to appease Elise, I decided to do the Starfleet Database thing. Maybe she'll get out of my inbox with terrible headcanons that made me upset, or stupid links. One of the two. So my URL is failed black woman. My real name is Jordan. I live in Chicago. Well, a suburb outside of Chicago, but it's Chicago. I'm from Chicago. That's what matters. What am I doing with my life? It kind of fell apart at one point. A lot of crazy stuff happened in my life, but it is back together, so I'm going to pursue a degree in education and see where the wind takes me, but hopefully I will end up producing children's television. Fingers crossed. How did I get into Star Trek? When I was younger, it was The Next Generation would be on TV, but it wasn't something that I watched. My mom, originally was just me and my mom for 9 years, and so I would turn it on because I liked to watch it, but I didn't understand it. Years later, she marries my stepfather, and he's a big Star Trek fan, and so is his mother. We even got her for Christmas one year a little Starfleet Academy diploma, which it's over in the fireplace. It's not going anywhere. Don't touch it. So, um, because of him, when it was on TV, I would start watching The Next Generation, and for a while that was all I had. I didn't know that there were others, or I knew about the original series, but I remember thinking it was goofy because a lot of old TV is kind of really goofy. And he told me to give it a chance. And then both him and my mother are very big into movies. Movies you need to see, Jordan. So he made me watch The Voyage Home, or the one with the whales. And so I remember thinking it was one of the dumbest things I'd ever seen, because there's just this thing in space that talks to whales, and then your reward is it doesn't blow up your planet. But I thought it was goofy, but it had a lot of heart, and it still does have a lot of heart, and I love the way they interact with each other, and so that's what made me give the original series a try. And he had some, I don't know, like tapes, and so we would watch it then, and then the internet, so then I could watch more. And yeah, so I got into that, and then later on, around in college, I realized, oh, there's more than just The Next Generation. Awesome. So I started watching Deep Space Nine, A Voyager, Enterprise, and I watched them really haphazardly. It wasn't like I watched a lot of them in order, which got really confusing for Voyager. But who's 79? Ooh. But so I did watch Enterprise once when I was sick, and I still think it's really boring. I apologize. I just don't think Enterprise was that exciting. Nothing happened. Well, you got to meet Admiral Archer and his dog. That happens, so that was kind of cool. So my favorite character, that's a trick question. I will say that for the original series, it is Bones, because he hates his job. Hates his job. So, no, he loves them, but he's just so crotchety, and I think that's really sweet. But it's implied that he's actually a really good doctor, and I think that's great. That's why he's on the Enterprise. And that he calls Kirk Jim. That his first name. That's his superior officer. You shouldn't be calling him by name, but he does, and it's not with disrespect. That's his friend. Even though they're working together and he's saving each other's lives, he's still, at the end of the day, he's just Jim. Or Jim Boy, that one time when he remembered he was from Georgia. For any other series, I don't know. I don't have any. There's too many characters to like. There's too many. I couldn't even begin to narrow it down to like my favorite 3 characters. That's crazy. I will say that I am very partial to Q Jr. So, because he's very sweet. I think his dilemma with his dad is really sweet. I think he's very real, and that he wants to kidnap. He's like, I'm gonna run away, and then he takes his best friend, like a little kid would take a toy. He's like, you're my only friend, and I'm taking you with me. That's really adorable. So, yeah, that. Watch Q Junior. It's Voyager. I believe the episode's called Q2. I don't know the number season. It's probably season 5. Who's the best captain is another trick question that I won't answer. They're all great. The best captain would be if you took them all and just made one super captain. That would be the best captain. They all have their pros and cons. Mostly pros. So, what are my ships? To take from Captain Ray, one big starship, because I ship just all of them. Any pairing really kind of works, so I don't even choose. I love them all together with each other, and they all have one big happy family. When they retire, they get an apartment complex, and they all live together. Each series, there's the original complex, there's the Next Generation building, and they all get together. That's how it works out. If I was really in Starfleet, I always say science because I'm too squeamish to be a doctor. I have like no command skills. I couldn't even command a rowboat. I have so much trouble with math that there's no engineering job out there for me. I can't even imagine. So I'd be in sciences. And probably cultural sciences, if only to give an excuse to get on a starship and be shot at every 5 minutes. You know, studying how the Federation has changed other planets from first contact on, because like how has Starfleet, how has Earth in general changed how other planets perceive anything, from cultural, from beauty standards to just society in general, you know, those kind of things. Also, I'd probably write a paper about different kinks as they went along. Like, I know Spandy was talking about there have to be Klingon twinks, right? And then that's like a great discussion right there. Are there Klingon twinks? Whoa. Are there Klingon twinks? What is attractive about them? There's a paper there, and I would get shot in the back to do it. Plus, I feel like if you're wearing blue, like the rules of war, you don't shoot doctors. And I'd still be wearing blue without having to do surgery on people. My favorite thing about the Star Trek fandom is it's just so old and it's still huge, and it doesn't shrink. I don't know how it just gets bigger, or probably more maintains its size, but it doesn't shrink, and that's so sweet. And then it's like, in return, the writers of the shows, anyway, I don't know about the movies, but they put so much thought into things because they know that somewhere a fan is going to ask them, what did those little prions do on a thing? And they're like, well, luckily we drew a graph about it that nobody but us saw, but we have it right here to let you know that we care about you guys to figure that out. Yeah. So that's it. Elise will stop bothering me. Leave me alone. I will probably never do another video ever.